Alright, we were actually out of time on the last vid. We actually had to cut it short because of the video wouldn't allow it to actually post up. So let's get back to this. I cut you guys off on this part. Basically, we're actually talking about echelon. No one can actually intercept your calls. That's actually incorrect. People can intercept your calls. If this is your phone right here, and this is the cell phone tower, your phone has to go to a cell phone tower before it actually goes to a satellite. What happens is if you want to actually secure a line, that secure line goes to the cell phone tower and then to another cell phone tower, to another one, to another one, to another one. So actually basically it doesn't go to the satellite. But here's the thing. If you want to get a secure line, you don't want anyone to tap it, that's actually not going to happen. Any phone out there can be tapped. You can actually use a small device to actually tap it. That can actually, basically you hold the device up and it allows you to intercept the person's cell phone. You can actually find the codes for that online on Google actually. They have a free, actually there's an app for that, which is actually crazy. But let's say you had a phone here, and this is a cell phone tower, and you don't want anyone to intercept your calls, people will. The phone takes the signal goes to the tower. After it goes to the tower, it goes up to the satellite. Once it goes to the satellite, it comes back down to wherever that person is sending that frequency out. Once it goes to the tower, it goes back to the phone. Now here's the thing. These satellites here, there are a couple satellites, about 74 satellites, US satellites that are hovering above Earth. Now that they are above Earth, these satellites actually belong to NASA. NASA actually uses them to track spacecraft. But recently, NASA is actually shutting down because due to budget problems, things in the economy, they can't send more money over. The president ended up stopping them. So what happens? What happens to Echelon? Who actually uses it? Well, now that NASA has actually shut them down, someone has to take over that. Now remember, programs can actually use this. Dish Network can also use the satellites to actually send information back to the customers, but also it still ends up taking up most of your information and bringing it back out to people who need it. Now that NASA isn't using those satellites anymore, someone actually has to take over the satellites. The president is shutting down NASA, and the new satellites that are taken over belong now to the NSA, where you will find headquarters for Echelon. Is it conspiracy? No. No. They just want more control. There's nothing wrong with control. We all want control. But it sucks when it's taking away your rights. But hey, who cares about your rights? Now, that you actually have this satellite here, there's always going to be a satellite there. But you can actually jam someone's phone. You can find circuits, grids, for jamming some, there's about 15 different circuits that you can actually use to jam someone's phone. They're actually online. Search through Google, you'll find it. If you want to intercept someone's phone, there's actually a little device that's called a spoofy. Basically, it's a little project box we can actually find. And it contains an antenna and a parabolic microphone. And it also contains a special copper rod with it. And it picks up your phone. I'm going to give you a little information here. Your phone works off a 802.11 frequency, I think it is. 802.11 frequency. That's how it actually sends things, but let me see, 2.4 coded gigahertz actually. CGH, coded gigahertz. So if I pick up my phone, your phone won't ring. It's actually coded, and they go all the way down to about, I believe it is 2.46983. They go down about 5 digits, but it constantly goes up. So, I don't want to run out of time with you guys at this. Alright, let's finish this up. Mishaps by the forced trap. Now, what is a forced trap? Can someone actually trap you? Yeah, definitely. This happens all the time. Let's go back over to our previous chart. Can someone trap an agent? Yes, agents have been trapped all the time. Now, as I was actually talking about the pit before, how do you actually trap an agent? Oh, basically simple. Let's say that you find their hideout. I should have got rid of that other page, but it's okay. Let's say you find their hideout. This is their house right here. You know where those agents are. This is the house. And you realize that at 9 o'clock tonight, everyone's going to come to the house and basically eat dinner. But here's the problem. someone spooked them. So let's say at 7:30, this is the timeline we're going to get. 7:30, someone ended up spooking the other agents. And they decide, okay, time's running out, we're going to go to the house, we're going to pack up. So you know that they're coming at 9 o'clock, so what are you going to do? You got to set a trap. You know that everyone is going to be coming to this house, you want to be able to catch everyone there at the same time. So what do you end up doing? Many officers use the term stakeout. You can get your weapons, you hide in the bushes, you go ahead and ambush everyone in the house. Or you can actually set up miniature cameras inside of the house itself. However, there are laws that state you cannot illegally place surveillance systems around civilians. Basically, you can't use those little 2.4 gigahertz pinhole cameras, the wireless versions of them, and actually videotape. You can't do that to people. However, you can get away with setting someone up. What's another way to set someone up? Lie to them. Very simple. Great way you can set someone up. Lie to them. You can also use bait. Now, how do you use bait? Let's take the donut shop theory for an example. There's a donut shop. I'm not going to pick on any retailer out there, but let's say there is a donut shop. Right here. You got a donut shop. Donut shop is here. What do? You want to set up this guy. So this guy over here, he is walking to the donut shop, and you know he is a potential target. There's a car coming around the other end, and there's about 15 Russians in their wet work team, and they're going to go ahead and try to kill this guy. They're going to come over in about 5 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, they're going to be where he is right now. And you've got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to bring him all the way over here. It's going to take him about 3 minutes to get there, but he's not going there. He's going past there. Let's say he's going to the train station. Now what happens? How do you get this guy into the donut shop without ever threatening him, without ever pushing him or keeping him hostage or sticking him up or holding him at gunpoint? How do you bring this guy into here? Well, it's basically simple. You lie to him. Now there are many things you can tell the guy. You can tell the guy, hey, you want free donuts today or something like that. You can offer to pay his donuts. While he's actually walking, you can end up catching up with him. You can strike a conversation. You can bring him into the donut shop. You can basically tell the guy, hey, there's about 15 Russians coming to kill you. You either go into the donut shop or you frickin' die. Simple physics. That's it. You get shot, you're dead. Now, there's many ways you can actually end up telling that with the guy. And there are many ways of setting other people up. Okay, forced drive, waterboarding, firewalking pins. We didn't actually go over firewalking. Firewalking is another kind of interrogation method you can actually use with people. So basically, many of you actually heard of firewalking before. Basically, it's more of a little slab, like a little concrete piece. And what happens is, people end up putting these burning briquettes of charcoal right down here. Now, who actually uses this? People actually use this. You know who uses this? Langley. Langley uses this, Department of Defense uses it, Justice uses it. They don't use it. They use it definitely. But they actually use it for training. Now, they don't use it unless they're doing interrogations. They hold a hot coal to your face. But what happens is you actually have the person there and you wrap rubber around their feet. And you basically, so give you better imagery. You got the person here, you got the body here. Damn, that's a horrible body. And that's a real horrible body, but it doesn't matter. Basically, you got the hands there. The hands are tied up above them, and it's suspended in such a way where their feet actually touch the pins, touch the charcoal here. It could be charcoal, it could be rocks. What you want to do is not just use charcoal. You don't want to burn the person, you still want to interrogate them. So it's a mix of charcoal, rocks, stones, gravel. Also, you can actually use water. Water vapor actually enters into the bottom of the foot. It actually causes those little bulbs right there. So that's another thing you actually want to do. So hey, it actually works there, and it's called firewalking basically. You're not actually firewalking, you're just staying still and basically getting burned. It should be illegal in the United States, but there's actually no laws for this. In fact, you can look online. People actually use this more of a self-remedy kind of thing. They actually do firewalking and meditation just to basically relieve stress and to basically achieve something afterwards. But that's actually another route of interrogation, and that's it. That's it. So, yeah, we're done.